or an N. So today we're dealing with a challenge that I've come across when you're trying to auger a post hole in the ground on your own. What happens is the auger goes down onto the ground and you try and get it as level as possible when you're dropping it down to the ground and starting to drill the hole. The challenge is that the deeper it goes, the more it wants to usually cut back towards the tractor. So there's no way of actually guaranteeing that that's level, even when you put it down on the earth for the first time. So I've come up with a cunning plan, and it involves having a monitor on the actual auger at the top on the casing. And I've found this amazing little piece of equipment, oddly enough from the UK, and it's from machine-dro.co.uk, and it's a digital analog gauge. So I'll just give you a closer look on that. And it has an RJ45 network connector on the side, and that connects up to a remote angle sensor, and that has an RJ45 cable on the side. And this attaches via a bracket onto whatever you're trying to measure the level of, and then this is a remote display, and you can basic functionality, on and off button and zeroing for when it's level. So put it on a flat surface first, connected to this. It doesn't work unless the two are connected, so put it on a flat surface, both of them together, hit the 0, and then it will take that as meaning 0, and then you can transfer it onto your equipment. So it's a pretty good piece of kit. $60. It's all it costs. $60, which is absolutely amazing for me. And I've tried it, and it does actually work. So what I'm going to do is put the display in the cab of the tractor, stop me having to crane my neck around the back and just roughly guess whether the post hole is going to be straight and true or not, and then I'll attach the remote sensor onto the auger casing of the auger itself. And it's not, with the auger, even if you lift this up, it still has a propensity to lean slightly. So yeah, hopefully this will resolve the challenge. And the challenge with digging a post hole, by the way, if it does go off true, you've basically got to get in there afterwards with post hole diggers and dig the edges out and dig the bottom out even more and the rest of it. So it's better if you can keep this thing as level as possible when it's actually going down. And it also gives you a chance to, on adjusting the angle, if it goes, if the bottom of it goes towards the back of the tractor, then you just straighten the tractor up, forward or backwards. This doesn't have to measure side to side, because typically when you're drilling, the auger hole doesn't rock side to side. So yeah, I'm going to fit it now. I've already drilled a couple of holes in the shielding around the gearbox section, the PTO connector, and I'll just install a little bracket and then hopefully bolt this on. So yeah. So there's my little bracket. Might be still slightly wet. Just get some bolts and drill the holes on the casing, and there's nothing on the inside that's going to get caught up by these bolts. And obviously, to level this off, make sure it's level, in the first place you just put a spirit level on there, but really, I mean, there's enough movement in there that you can adjust it anyway. And really, this is just to make sure that the gauge the sensor can actually sit relatively true on here. You're going to zero it the moment you get to level anyway, just with a spirit level on top, and then zero it in the cab from the display. There are other things out there that obviously level out augers, but very few for PTO attachments. So I thought I'd think laterally and try and come up with something that was appropriate, and I think this may be it. We shall see. So just put the nuts on the back and make sure that the lock washers are tightening up. Yeah, there we go, 10 mil. I just put some primer on it to try and stop it rusting as much, and if this whole thing works, then I'll just get a file and take the edges off where I cut it. Forgot to mention actually, for the actual display, they've included some magnets on the top, so you know you could literally put the display anywhere inside your cab. But I'm just gonna get a piece of Velcro and stick it on top of the dash. Just put a pad underneath, Velcro it. Right, so this is the sensor, and I've got some slightly shorter bolts for this one. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna get this zip tied and into the back of the cab, so just throw that in the back for the time being, but it will go roughly like that. Obviously you want to try and zip tie this or Velcro, something like that. I might just use the wire ties that came in the pack with the cable, just to temporarily put it in place. Obviously this isn't weatherproof either, the cable, but I might, if this all works, then I might think about getting some weatherproof Cat 6 and just zip tie it to the back. So obviously you want to try and keep the cable clear of the shaft, so even if that falls down there, that's going to be clear unless there's load on it somehow. And then jump into the cab and put it someplace I can see it, like right in front of me. That's where I put it. And now the RJ45 goes in on the right hand side, comes down and around, so that's the plan. As you can see, that is the we're at negative 1.9. so I think what I'm going to do actually is I'll start up the tractor and I'll see whether I can actually get it level just from where it is now. It's quite sensitive, as you can see, but anything over 5 I think I'll probably stop for, so here we go. Dead level it is. Right, we ready? See if it makes a difference. Need to go backwards now, because this is saying 3. So forwards or backwards? Forwards. So positive numbers equals forwards. That's it. That's it. I'm just going to spin it, mind the other way. Yeah?
Yeah, about level.
Cracked it. Fantastic. So if it's positive, you have to pull forward. If it's negative, you have to go back.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Well, that's all I've got time for. That good?
Is that all you got time for?
It is.
That's all you got time for. So there we go. Looks like the sensor worked. If you liked today's craziness, then please like and subscribe. It does really make a difference, and I'll see you next time. I think we've got a big project coming up. I'll keep you updated.